Welcome everybody. This is a glitter pen experiment, epoxy cast 6090 from Smooth On, and I just used so much of this silver glitter, just one size glitter and a little bit of Pearl X powder to try to even it out, and I wish I hadn't used the Pearl X powder. The glitter settles out in any resin I've used except the fine glitter, the extra fine glitter seems to stay in suspension if you use enough of it, but this always seems to settle out, and so hopefully I can turn down past the open air, if you will, of the epoxy, and where it's kind of more clear, where there's less glitter. So let's turn this down and see what we get. I had to use so much glitter that I don't even really know how this will turn. It may explode. I have no idea. So I'm going to make sure to go slow and take my time. Here we go. Alright, that turn was an absolute pain in the ass. The glitter is so much harder than the resin, it was causing my tool to jump. Even the carbide cutters, it was causing it to jump every time it would kind of flip over one of those big pieces of glitter. So, and that fact coupled with the fact that even as much glitter as I used, I mean it was a ton of glitter and it was almost stacked on top of each other, the bushings are, I mean the brass tubes are showing through. So this pen is a failure. But I'm going to go ahead and seal it just to get an idea, proof of concept. Now what I should have done to the brass tubes was back colored the inside of the resin before I put the brass tubes in. I should have colored the inside of the resin silver. I had some silver spray paint. I don't know why I didn't think of it, but I guess I thought there was probably going to be enough glitter to hide it, but there wasn't. So that's a lesson, and on the next one I will, and I think it'll minimize the look, and I don't think you'll be able to tell that I'd even done it once I spray paint the insides of the tubes. You just you put spray paint in a cup and put it on a Q-tip, and it's called I think it's called back coloring the inside of the resin after I drill the holes. Well, let's seal this for proof of concept to see if the glitter is going to even be worth the trouble. I did not like turning that. Alright, so I just wet sanded to 1500 grit. I'm not going to take it any further because I'll be able to see everything I want to see once I put one layer of CA glue on this. Let's put a layer of CA glue on this. I'm going to let it thoroughly dry just so there's no clouding. And I think this is a bust. I don't think I like it. I think there's going to be way too many areas where the glitter is stacked up on top of each other and kind of forming a pancake, a stack of pancakes. So, and I don't think it's going to be brilliant enough, vibrant enough, and it's just too sporadic for what I see flashing in my eyes at this point. But let's put the glue on it. Okay, well, while this may be okay, I just don't think it's up to my standards. I just don't think I would ever make this for anyone and give it as a gift. It's pretty, and once it was sanded down, I mean, it's not going to really be any more clear or more vibrant than what you see right now. There are some sparkle, there's some shine to it. Even if I had back painted the blanks before I put the brass tubes in, it still would not have give the visual that I was looking for. I was wanting this to be really super blingy, and I was wanting this to be something that people would be like amazed, you know, and proud of. But this is not. I'm not proud of it, so I'm not gonna give it away or sell it. But I might as well. I don't even think I'm gonna make the pen out of it. Honestly, put this in the failure pile. Try to give you a better shot. Try to get an idea what the camera is looking at here. this is what we have. And I don't know how well the camera will focus at this distance from the lens, these infinity lenses, you know how they are. But there's the brass tube showing through. And here's a good idea of the sparkle. So you let me know in the comments. Was this a total failure? I think it was a total failure. I just think it was enough of a failure to not want me to make me not want to do this again. Even backfilling the blanks with silver paint, I just don't think I like it well enough to do it again. What do you think? Okay, so a thought occurred to me of how I could make this pen saleable. Even though I don't really care for how the glitter looks inside it. Too much is stacked on top of each other, like I said. But I thought what I could do, I know I've put one coat of CA glue on here, but I'm pretty sure I can get enamel paint to stick to it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some barbecue grill, some just matte black barbecue grill high heat paint in a paint cup, and just stick it to it on the ends, and then I'll have black bands on the ends, and hopefully that'll be able to make this pen at least usable and saleable. Okay, so this may work. I have some fine tuning to do, more coats. It's going to take several coats, but if I can get a crisp edge between the black and the glitter resin, I think it'll look okay. Of course, I'm going to have to go back over this multiple coats of CA glue and a lot of sanding, and I'm going to have to be real careful to get enough CA glue on this so I can actually sand it and it not go through the black that I put on there. This may not work. Alright, so I put my final application of the black paint on. I have pretty crisp lines, pretty crisp transitions, as crisp as I think I can get it, because it's just maybe the applicator I'm using or the paint, but it's just not real easy. And it seems like every time I try to touch new paint to the old paint, it's pulling the old paint off. So there is that. I may try this area one more time, but then I'm going to put the CA glue on. If it doesn't work, there's what it looks like with the CA glue applied. Just not totally feeling it. But since I had a layer of CA glue, I can go darker with the paint now without the fear of it pulling it back off. Maybe I've invented a system. I doubt it. Okay, I've decided, I think at this point, to go ahead and make this pen. Let's keep going with the CA glue. I'm going to add, that was 3, so let's add 12 more coats, make it 15. Okay, well, there's the end of the applications of the CA glue. It's 19 coats. I went a couple extra, but I'm not super happy with it. There was some chip out where the carbide tools were hooking the large glitter, kind of dragging the resin with it. Glitter was much harder than the resin. Which is odd because this resin is supposed to be hard. They boast about it on the website. But anyway, so catching you up, banding the ends where I could see the brass tubes through the resin. I would have had to actually I would just had to paint these blanks because I can actually see the brass tube in most places. So the proof of concept failed in execution with the glitter in this type of resin and that type of glitter. The blank was a failure. The banding, though, there's proof of concept of this banding technique I used. Put a layer of this quick drying paint on, and then put a layer of CA glue, layer of paint, layer of CA glue, and that there's proof of concept there. I didn't execute perfectly on the ends. I can see a little bit where I could have worked a little bit better on that, but that is promising. So this video is just kind of basically you get to watch me screw up and things I do, but I'm going to put this pen together. I still have to sand it. And of course, I will not sell this pen. It won't be on Etsy. But it's neat. I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of work for a failure, but that's what happens if we never experiment, we never learn. Alright, I hope I turned the CA glue off the bushings. Let's see if I can get this pen off the mandrel. I'm not super optimistic I did. Oh, come right off, that one did. Oh, that was good. I can't wait to get my outside and get it in my new shop. I put up a 40 by 60 building and I can't wait to start working out there. That one's still hard glued, but it kind of came off. Hope I didn't chip it. I kind of chipped it. Oh, I thought I turned it more than I did. Okay. Let's clean these up with the barrel trimmer real quick. Alright, here's the finished pen. This was a proof of concept pen. It's not going to be something that I sell. I'll just keep to use or let my wife use it at work, whatever. But it's pretty. I mean, there's problems. I should have back painted the inside of the resin blanks before I put the tubes in so you wouldn't see the brass kind of showing through. The huge glitter was kind of standing up as I was turning it and causing problems. It was a really hard turn. And I even, because they were standing up on end during the finishing process, I actually didn't notice some here down here toward the end. It looks like a chip, but it's not. It's where I just sanded into the glitter through the CA glue the first few finishing times. But you know, that's okay. It's a learning process. I like the process. I think I like the way the banding technique would have worked had I done it a little bit better. And also, since there's so much glitter and so little resin, the ratio is almost you know, 5 parts glitter to 1 part resin. It makes it really soft, even though it's supposed to be a hard resin. So putting it together, I created a slight wrinkle in the finish. It's hard to see, and it may work itself back out. I'm hoping it will. But a little bit of a wrinkle where I was mashing it on the bushings. And so the whatever these HDPE things I made to press the pins together. So maybe a little bit of a hurry on my part, but it's actually kind of working stuff out. It was much worse. I thought I'd really ruined it. But anyway, let me know what you think of this pen, or at the very least the techniques I used in getting to this point.